Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Amasid, and today's video we're going to talk about the news that was just recently announced for Path of Exile. They announced 3 December events, so lots of stuff to go over here, and so let's just jump right in. This came out yesterday afternoon, but the first thing is a 1-week Mayhem event that's going to start December 4th, as you can see here, and this kind of goes out saying everybody, the top 5 in every ascendancy class gets, one of these demigods items. That's always been the case. It's cool. It's cool for standard if you like that sort of thing. I know they sell for a lot on standard if that's something that you're interested in. Me personally, I don't really care about something like this. Anyway, so the first event is Mayhem. And Mayhem, for those who don't know, is usually exactly that, Mayhem. Where is the description? Obviously the event prizes. Here we go. Okay. Does it talk about... Where does it talk about Mayhem? Where is it? Oh, there. Okay. Then we talk about it in small stuff. So Mayhem is just basically like... there's like specific map mods. They're kind of older map mods, as you can tell. They're Harbinger, Tormented Spirits, Breaches, Invasion Bosses. Like none of like it's not gonna be like 20 Legion obviously that'd be crazy. Like 10 Legion monoliths or something like that, or 5 to 10 blights or something. It's all the older Mayhem events. So I'm kind of disappointed that this didn't get some kind of update, because I mean Anarchy, Invasion, Breach, those came out years ago, and frankly, like Rogue Exiles just aren't a super interesting mechanic at this point. Strong boxes are kind of need an update in my opinion. Invasion bosses are decent. Breaches, I don't personally like breaches just because I find them to be kind of tedious, waiting for mobs to spawn and bouncing back and forth waiting for mobs to spawn. 20 Tormented Spirits could be interesting, I guess, but it's not really all that appealing. 20 Harbingers is probably the best one in terms of just pure output, but I don't think that this is super duper exciting. I'm personally not going to be playing Mayhem, just because it doesn't appeal to me, although this does seem interesting if you sort of want to experience that for a week. I like the fact that it's only a week-long event, just because, frankly, that makes it so that way you can sort of test it out for a week, play as much as you want to, experience it, because otherwise it would get kind of old, in my opinion. And obviously something like this does not transfer anything anytime they do a flashback event or anything that's sort of really crazy, like a Mayhem thing where you could have potential to get lots of cool stuff. They don't transfer to the parent league, so just know that you don't get this stuff after standard. So the one that I'm really excited for and that I will definitely be playing is the 1-week Endless Delve. People have been asking for this since Delve came out. What was it, 3 years ago at this point? 2 years ago? So people have been asking for this for a long time. Delve was personally one of my favorite leagues, and I would love to just be able to endlessly delve and just do that. So this is super cool. I'm really interested in the fact that it's solo self-found, so you can't trade or group with anybody. And I was originally kind of conflicted on this because I love Trade League, but I think that this is actually going to be really cool and kind of an interesting take on how to like handle this, because I on the one hand, like, a lot of the stuff that you get from Delve is just going to be useless for your build, right? Because it's a 1-week event, so you don't have a lot of time to dive in. So like if you're getting like a bunch of fossils, for example, and a character doesn't make sense to you, you'd like to sell them, be able to buy gear that makes sense to help you progress in the Delve. But on the same note, it's a 1-week event, so how many trades are you realistically going to be doing? Like, I don't know. It's a 1 week. It's such a short time. Like, does it really matter if you can't trade? I don't personally think so. It's just, I think this is very cool because this is such a departure from sort of the main game. It's just completely different. You get passive points, you get ascendancies, you just don't have to do the questing. I think this could be a cool thing for them to test out, how to do an alternate leveling experience. Obviously Path of Exile 2 is coming out, and that's going to have its own leveling experience that's just sort of a different story. But I think this could be a cool thing for them to test and say, okay, maybe down the line we introduce a not story-based leveling experience for those who've done the story 2,000 times like me, and I know a lot of you. So I think that's really cool. And obviously Delve, all these reward a demigod's item. So, and then all this other random stuff. Personally, this is the one I'm if were to play any of them, this is the one I'm definitely going to be playing because I think it'll be very cool and very different than the normal Path of Exile gameplay. So the last event is a 3-week Heist Flashback, and I think this is probably the most lackluster event. This basically, it says so every hour, 3 of these mods will be in every zone in Rayclast. So and these are sort of standard tier mods, like 2 strongboxes, breaches. Some of these are the older mods, right? Like the ones that are coming from Mayhem. We also have Harbingers, again, Mayhem, Abyss, slightly newer, Monolith, Metamorph, Delirium Mirror, Beyond, etc. So you have like sort of a nice selection here, but I personally think that every league kind of feels like a little bit like a flashback league right now in terms of how much content there is in every single zone and map, specifically maps. Like, I've had plenty of maps where I've had, an Abyss, a Delirium Mirror, and Metamorph. Like, I don't think that's super sought after. I think this league, this flashback, will probably see the least play of any flashback ever, would be my guess. I appreciate that they're trying to sort of bridge the gap between the additional December wait time of a league and the new January release date, and they've announced the release date. We'll go over at the bottom. But on the same note, I think that this is the last time we did a flashback, the game was very different, and sort of running a same run-of-the-mill flashback is not going to do it for most people, especially considering Heist is a 4-month league. I don't think people want to start over Heist and do 3 weeks of Heist in addition to this stuff. I don't think it's enticing enough, personally. But I understand where they're coming from on doing this, so I appreciate the effort. I really wish it was a 3-week Delve League and maybe a 1 or 4-week Delve League and just getting rid of this altogether. I don't know. This doesn't do it for me. I definitely will not be playing this. I have no desire to start over on my Heist and start a new character doing exactly the same thing to then just re-roll again, a week later with the new league. So I'm not super enticed by this, and I won't be playing this. But I totally understand if you are. I think there's value in all of these. I just personally have really only interest in the Delve League because it's such a departure, and I think it'll be really fun and something that I personally have been wanting for a long time. So again, Demigods, and you see here, this ends January 4th. And getting here, where's that data? They talked about the January 13th, didn't they? Yes, perfect. Sorry, it's at the top. I missed it. So they're doing the announcement on January 7th. It ends the 11th, and then it launches like 8 days later from announcement, which is, I think, the quickest turnaround time we've ever had for a league in recent memory, at least. So that's really cool. I thought it was the 13th, but it's actually the 15th. I was just reading 3.13 and thinking the 13th. So this is cool. 8 days. That definitely condenses the amount of time for teasers and spoilers, but obviously, I want the league to come out as quickly as possible. I would hate it if they announced it January 7th and then they did like their usual 3 or 4 weeks and then we ended up, at the end of January, early February. That doesn't sound fun to me. So I'm really happy that the league's launching January 15th. I will definitely be playing league launch excessively, I'm sure. But this will be really cool. I'm really excited for what this could be. Everyone speculates every league what it's going to be. Personally, I have no clue, and I'm not going to even pretend to have a clue. But so it'll be nice to sort of, I'm kind of in a little bit more chill mode with Path of Exile right now, just sort of doing videos, having fun with currency. I'll play the Delve League, and then I'll probably just hang out and wait until 3.13 PC launch would be my guess. But you never know. I might still continue to pump out videos with some currency, see what we have, because I'm currently sitting on about, let's see, how much am I sitting on? 200 and something X. About 260X if you convert to Chaos. So, I'll probably be messing around with some stuff here, maybe voling some very high value items, wink wink nudge nudge. But anyway, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching, and please remember to like and subscribe if this is the sort of content you want to see. Let me know in the comments what you think. I appreciate everyone who's given me feedback so far, from things as small as your mic is too loud to I can't read the text on the Excel sheets. That's amazing. Like, I really appreciate that feedback, because I won't necessarily be able to tell always. It's hard to take a great look at yourself and say, this is what I need to change in a video. So I really am glad that people have been providing feedback. So thank you again, and I will catch you in the next one.